Hi there, my name is Claire Vandenberg and I'm the Minister of Strode Crescent Baptist Church in Sheerness on the Isle of Sheppey. And the Isle of Sheppey can be found on the North Kent coast. I'm married to Joe and have been for the past 3.5 years. And when I married him, I inherited 3 gift children, all in their 20s, and a grandson who's now 7. And I've been very, very blessed and much loved by these children whom God has given me, and my husband, of course. Strode Crescent is a poor church which reflects very much the community in which we live. And we're also a very elderly church. But yet we have a heart to reach those around us with the good news of Jesus, to punch holes in the ceilings and to let God's love and light shine through. So we would really value your prayers, that we would be able to connect with our community in a real and meaningful way to share God's love.
Hi there, my name is Neil Hilton. Originally I studied theology in South Africa, where I was a youth pastor. I've also been a youth pastor in Eastbourne, but nearly 6 years ago now, me and my wife and 3 kids moved into a housing estate on the outskirts of Brighton called Mulscoombe, and alongside another couple started Good News Brighton, which is a Christian community that has come alongside people in the area, loved them and served them. And so we meet and do a lot of social action groups, as well as started up a Christian community that is growing. Our prayer request is for a new building, because our current building is going to be made into housing. The council gave it to us to use for a short time, but we need to find a new place soon. But thank you for welcoming me into the Baptist Union, and I look forward to meeting you one day in person. God bless.
My name's Hazel Koh. I'm based at New Life Church in Woking, and I'm part of a team ministry there. I'm married to Ed, and we have 3 boys, Joshua, Jethro and Ben, and a yellow lab called Safi. The ministry that I've mainly been involved with is outreach, but I do have a heart for prayer and contemplation, and so this has informed the ministry I've been involved with as well. My personal prayer request for today would be around my health, which has not been so good recently. I was diagnosed with lupus back in March, and so healing would be at the top of my list, as well as wisdom for the rheumatologist and myself as I go forward with this condition. The prayer request for the church would be again for wisdom and discernment as we try and listen to God's voice through this unusual season that we find ourselves in, as well as continued prayer for the outreach of the church. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Janet Mardell and I'm the Minister of St Leonard's Baptist Church on the South Coast. I've been a member here for nearly 35 years and I was ordained in 2016 as sole pastor after attending Spurgeon's College. In my free time, I'm a single but very happy grandparent with 2 grandchildren aged 3 and 1 and a third one due imminently, and they all live close enough that I see them fairly regularly. The church has the fairly common problem of a smallish but ageing congregation of around 35 members. But we look outwards as well as inwards, and we care for each other well and are convinced that God still has plans for us as a church in this deprived community. And as for prayer requests for myself and for the church, my main prayer is that we work out what happens next. I'm due to retire in around 2 years, and we need to work out what that will look like for all of us going forwards. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Jamie Fredricks. I'm the team leader of the Shore Community Church in Bognor Regis, formerly Bognor Baptist Church. I'm the dad of Noah and Eden, and soon to be the husband of Joe. By the time you see this, I should be. One particular area that we would love to have your prayers for is our wellbeing project, including a wellbeing cafe, which we've been working on for about 2 years now. Obviously, it's been delayed by COVID, and because of the pandemic, the need for it is more than ever. As part of that wellbeing project, project, we're hoping to run workshops and training sessions and drop-ins to the cafe, a mentoring program, and offer people one-to-one support as well to help with their emotional, mental health issues and the practical needs as well, for which there is a desperate need for in our town. And as ever, through this and through every other aspect of our life as a church, we are hoping to put God's amazing love on display. So thank you for your prayers. God bless you. Greetings from Bognor Regis.
Hi everyone at Baptist Assembly. My name is Peter Heath. I live with my wife Jenny and our golden retriever Frisbee by the sea in Worthing, and I'm the assistant minister of Worthing Baptist Church, and I have been for coming up to 5 years now, and I should have had my handshake last year, but I'd really appreciate your prayers for us as a church as we plan to reopen our church building for gathered worship, and we'd love your prayers that we'd be able to welcome back people from before, but also meet new people and welcome new people, and that we'll be able to share the love of God even more widely in these coming months and years.
Hello, my name is Mark Hurst. I'm a minister at Willsborough Baptist Church in Ashford, Kent. I would have been receiving my handshake last year, and I've been in the church where I'm currently for the 2 years, along with my wife and my 4 children. And prayers for us as a church at the moment is we're going through big transition, like a lot of churches, of course, coming out of lockdown. We all know what that is like. And also we've got a growing team. We are looking to appoint a second pastor, and we're in that process at the moment. And we're looking to lay foundations for what God has for us in years to come, feeling a call to planting churches in the local area, and also equipping people to be sent out to France and further afield too. So that's on our heart. And so, please be praying that God will equip us and anoint us for all that he has ahead of us. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rob Stevens, and I am currently serving as one of the ministers of Bookham Baptist Church near Leatherhead in Surrey. I'm married to Alona, who is a respiratory nurse, and we have the joy and the pleasure of 4 children who are all girls. I've been serving in ministry in different forms for 20 years or so, mostly in community mission and evangelism and youth work. We'd be really grateful if you would pray for us, that we would know how to use all of the opportunities that the Lord is putting before us, that we'd know discernment about how best we can be involved in making Jesus known and in helping to build his kingdom. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Diona Stedman. I graduated from Spurgeon's College in 2017 and became one of the first BU ministers to be ordained directly into a chaplaincy context, called into a full-time role focused entirely on supporting the holistic well-being of staff at Kingston Hospital in southwest London. For the first couple of years, I developed activities and relationships that help staff become increasingly aware of their beliefs and values and how these influence well-being, motivation and professional practice. It became normal in group sessions for Christians and others to explore together what keeps us going when times are tough. And this was fertile ground for questions of faith and, as it turned out, good preparation for what was to come. Yet more evidence that God has a plan and knows what he's doing well before the rest of us catch up. Since the pandemic hit, my focus has been to walk alongside staff, even at the point they feel they're breaking, finding God's words of hope and comfort and speaking them in ways that respect other beliefs, faiths and cultures, always seeking to reconcile experiences of deep distress and suffering with the love of Jesus. For prayer, please thank God that staff are slowly being allowed to gather again in small groups for reflection and encouragement. Please pray for the day when whole teams can again gather to learn, celebrate life, and eat together. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Oliver Stopp. I'm the minister at Eastgate Baptist Church here in Lewes. I'm 53 years old. I've been married for 23 years to Jackie, my wife, and I have a son called Samuel who's 18 years old. We moved here 3 years ago, just about, and we absolutely love it here at Eastgate. Our prayer needs are, we are starting a breakfast church, and all that involves. So there's been a lot of planning over the last 2 years, and we're due to start it around September. So if you could pray for us, I would really, really appreciate that. Bless you.
Hi, my name's Tim Vellacott. I'm in the middle of the adventure of parenting 2 teenagers with my wife Laura, and I also help to lead Holland Road Baptist Church in Brighton. It's a fantastic kind of extended family of every age and many different nationalities, and we would really value your prayers for wisdom, for strength, as we seek to just lead the church into the new things that God has for us in the post kind of COVID world. And really thankful for how God has led us, but really want to know more of God's Spirit and leading as we move into the days ahead.
Hi, my name's Kate Whiting and I'm married to Mark, and we have 3 adult children. We've been members of QE Park Baptist Church in Guildford for the last 25 years, where over the years I've worked my way through a variety of roles. I started out as a children's worker and then migrated to community work, minister in training, and finally I'm the minister. Our church own a community centre in the middle of a brand new estate, and our church is the sort of hub of the community, which is really exciting. We're really looking forward to being able to reopen and seeing which groups can restart in the next few weeks. In terms of prayer, I would really appreciate prayer for us as a family as we go through a time of transition. Our youngest is off to university in September, and I'll be becoming a bit of an empty nester. And then for the church, would really appreciate prayer that we are able to reconnect with those people in our community that we've been friends with over the last few years. And it would be really great to be able to see them again. Thank you.